Okay, so today you guys get to start drafting just your body paragraphs. I don't want you to worry about or think about your introduction or your conclusion yet. We're going to take care of those next week. So if you think back to yesterday we worked really hard on making a claim. And we came up with something that looks a little bit like this. I picked Stacy Alonso, and I said Stacy Alonso should win the CNN Hero of the Year because she is selfless and her charity fights for something that is good. So some of you might be scratching your beards and you might be thinking, well, how do I get from this thesis statement, this claim, and how do I know what I'm going to write about in my next paragraphs? Well, the answer is simple. It's already in your claim that you have written. So the 2 reasons or the 3 reasons that you gave why that person should be the winner, that's what your next paragraphs are going to be about. So take a look at mine. My first paragraph, I'm going to have an entire paragraph about how she is selfless. And then my next paragraph is going to be an entire paragraph about her charity and how her charity fights for something good. So that's going to be your next step. Take a look at your claim. Take a look at what you've written. What are the 2 or 3 reasons that you've given? And that's going to be the topics of your 2 or 3 next body paragraphs. Remember, 1 reason per paragraph. Don't smash them up together into one big mess. So then some of you might be thinking, okay, lady, I get that, but what comes next? So then what comes next is, if you've been in core class, we have this tool that we've been using to write argumentative paragraphs. We wrote about competitive eating. We wrote about Thanksgiving and Black Friday shopping. And if you are an advanced language arts, you don't have this tool, but I'm going to place copies of it up on the Grace tool so that you can take a look. So if you remember, the way that this works is it gives you a simple formula or a recipe to follow with the 6 things that you need to have in each of those body paragraphs. So if you take a look at the first one, it says to start with your topic sentence that states your reason. There's an example over here, but we need to change that so that it fits our topic. So my first sentence of that body paragraph might be something that says, 1 reason Stacy Alonso should win CNN Hero of the Year is because she is, and my first reason was that she is selfless. And that's my first sentence. My second sentence says to give evidence from the text. So I might go ahead and say, according to text 1, and then I'm going to go back to my note catcher and I'm going to look for examples that I can give from what I read about her that shows that she's selfless. After I do that, remember, I can't forget to explain why that's important. And so I'm going to go back here to number 3. I have an example over here. I also have these sentence stems. This is important because this shows, this illustrates, this proves. And I'm going to go through these 6 steps for that entire paragraph. Then when I'm done with that paragraph, I'm going to move on to my second reason. My second reason is that she has a charity that fights for something good. So when I start my second paragraph, I'm going to remember to skip a space and indent. And I'm going to say, it says start with a topic sentence. This is not 1 reason. I might say a second reason or an additional reason or another reason. Stacy Alonso should win CNN Hero of the Year is that her charity fights for something good. And I'm going to use the exact same 6 steps. I'm going to give evidence from the text according to text 1, and then I'm going to find something that shows that her charity fights for good, and then I'm going to explain it. Now, you might have 3 reasons why you think your person should win, and so that means that you're going to have 3 body paragraphs. So what I'd like you to do today, in Schoology, there's a Google Doc that says argument writing. I'm going to ask you to write beside this, just like we've been practicing in core class, and I'm going to ask you to draft just your body paragraphs. When you have your body paragraphs done, or you think you're in a good place, go back and double check. Look for your number 1, your number 2, your number 3, your 4, 5, and 6. I am expecting that over the weekend that I can pull this up and I can see at least 1 completed body paragraph from each student. So be good today, work hard, and make me proud.